What's going on, y'all? It's Treese, and I am hanging out this Saturday. I hope y'all are having a great weekend. I wanted to just hop on live because so many people reach out to me and talk about how every time they open up TikTok or Instagram or anything, some of my content is popping up. Hopefully, y'all are following me on YouTube because really subscribing to my YouTube channel is where to find all my stuff under one place. And I post a little bit more there than I post on any other social medias. But I decided to get on today and show y'all how I prep for my podcast. So, first of all, the podcast that I'm talking about today is What the Pod. I do produce multiple podcasts, but this is the one that's more of a weekly podcast for me. Like I do it every week. So, What the Pod is a podcast that recommends new shows for you to listen to. Okay. What I do is I prepare 3 podcasts per day to talk about, and I create one long episode, and then I chop it up into 3 reels every single day to post. So that's how I have so much content that comes through my channel, so I can get so many impressions. But it really starts with like prepping, and I'm gonna show you how I do some of that right now. So follow along with me, right? So first of all, here's like everything that's on my podcast. Like just about my podcast, as you can see here. Not too many Apple ratings. Hoping that more people will get on there and do that. But this is What the Pod. And if you want to subscribe, the link is down below. And you also can like just see how the final product is. You probably won't be able to hear this, but I can hear it, so I'm gonna turn it down. But this is how the podcast looks. It looks news style. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting in green screen, and then I download all of these pictures ahead of time. So I just do like a screen grab from Spotify because all of the podcasts that I recommend are in a Spotify playlist. So when you subscribe to my podcast, the link is there as well. Um, but then all of this, so basically all of this is green screen. I just throw this image on the back of it and I put my logo here, and that makes this final cut. The videos end up being like 3 minutes a day. I try to stay in that 2 to 3 minute range. I don't want to take up a bunch of time with people listening to my podcast when I'm recommending podcasts for them to listen to, if that makes sense. So what I do is I just find a gang of podcasts, and then I go into Canva. I told you I do those screen grabs, right? So as you can see here, like I've got a bunch of different, oh wow, you can see my behind the scenes. I got a bunch of different podcasts and like different things that I've screen grabbed that I used for my content. Look at all these. And what I do is I just put them here, and then Canva has a nice notes section. Like I'll add another page, add another page, add another page. Because what I do when I'm reading it live, when I'm recording, I read the notes that are here. And we're going to copy the notes down when we find podcasts. So here's the list that I'm talking about. So every podcast that I've recommended on my podcast this year is on this list. It's on Spotify, podcast listen list 2020. Over 24 hours of podcasts on there. It says 175 songs, but all of these are podcasts, which I think is pretty cool. If you're looking for a good podcast to listen to, I suggest just going to my playlist and browsing through a couple of them. I think you can put it on like shuffle, but it's some of my favorites and also some like good trailers and stuff that are on there. It's all across the board. I mean, pop culture, news, any kind of podcast you want to listen to, I've listened to during the year. One, because I work in the industry, but two, I still listen to a lot of podcasts and produce a lot of them. So I overachieve. And then my podcast recommends podcasts. So I'm just getting around the world finding out new podcasts. And I'm going to show you my process here shortly. All right, let's jump right into it. So there's a couple different websites that I look on to find new podcasts. I ran out of podcast recommendations from my friends and family a while ago. I think I'm 93 episodes in with What the Pod. So that's a lot of podcasts. So I found these websites that are kind of like directories where people can like curate content and make these playlists for themselves, and that's like how the engagement is, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure what I want to talk about this episode. Comedy podcasts usually do really really well with reels, and I'm looking to get some actually, comedy podcasts are the top podcast category. Let me just start there. So most people who are looking for podcasts are looking for some kind of comedy podcast. I usually, like I said, cut them up and make reels. So why not start here to just do at least one comedy podcast? Now, this website that I'm on is called Podchaser. what people do is they go on and they listen to the episodes and then they rate it. So it's like a peer review kind of a situation. Pretty cool, pretty fun. But you usually have to look through a lot of these. Like Two Dope Queens, I know I talked about them before. That's a pretty popular one. Let me see. No such thing as a fish. I covered them. I covered the Reed. I covered the Adam Carolla. It's so crazy because now at this point, I'm just like looking through podcasts to quickly find one that I haven't done because I've done so many. Good for you. Guest interviews. Let's see. Good for you. So then I usually just click around. If they have a trailer, I like to go there. Good for you, Whitney Cummings. Let's listen to that trailer. Whoop, whoop. All right. See, this is why a podcast needs to have a trailer, y'all, because who the hell wants to I wonder if it'll pop up on Apple. I got my phone here and I'm playing music from that too. So what the hell? Good for you. So I'm checking this out. And it's a good thing for you to look across directories too, because it's hard to find podcasts on Apple and Spotify equally. So it's like, you know, that's why I get around to a lot of different websites to try to find some. Let's listen in to see if she doesn't have a trailer. Why you doing this to me? What if we go, oh my God, it's 100 episodes. That's why she ain't got no trailer. All right, let's listen in to a little bit of the podcast. Oh, damn. Is that not going to work? Why wouldn't that work? What is this good for you? Let me try my Spotify. This is the last episode that just aired.
Skiers and snowboarders, winter is here, and it's time to hit the slopes at Mountain High, Southern California's closest winter resort. Mountain High is open with
on the same cycle.
Yeah,
is like talking about like why is it hot when a guy rape fantasies you? It's like, well, it's not actually rape because
immediately I'm like, okay, let's not go there. All right. Terrible episode to just jump into. Probably not a bad podcast, but sometimes the episodes are kind of crazy. And I'm on live right now, so I don't want to get banned from what she's saying. What about this Side Hustle Pro? This looks like it's probably not this is Good Pods. This is a different website. I'm just looking around again because I'm looking for shows to add to my list for the week. Let's see if I can play this episode. I don't know if you can even hear that, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear that.
Podcast on the HubSpot Podcast Network. It's called The Product Boss, and it's hosted by Jacqueline Snipe.
I don't think y'all can hear that. Side Hustle Pro. Ooh, I wish there was such an easier way to do this.
we're together, like it's already consensual.
All
like
right.
if a woman
Here we go.
Hey guys, let me tell you about one of my fellow podcasts on the HubSpot Podcast Network. Been the closest that I've felt so far. We'll see where, life continues to take many offers, or you're just going to start having even more people approach you. And I would say yes and no. I had that experience. Yes, in terms of, like
So
I
I'm
said,
also looking
I was having
through-
conversations before, but after
Also looking through what she's like some of these episodes.
I am now on a podcast network. So that was the second big thing that happened this year. Oh, but let me get back to that because let me not skip over.
See, this is cool.
Big surprise that happened.
See, okay, add that to my
Pro, which was in July. I shot the fall cover, which is now out. And
so now that I've added her to my list here, I usually go in and copy the show description because remember, I'm prepping for my podcast. I'm going to take a quick screen grab of this show here. So I have something to show on screen. Let's go into here, upload. I just downloaded it. No. There we go. Throw that into here. And I will download it when the time comes. Go into the notes section of Canva, and I just throw this here. I try to throw some of these in here. And I do go back and edit it, but for the sake of just showing you what I'm doing, I am going to just drop it here and move on. So I'm going to do 3 shows here while I'm on live, and then I'll continue. And batch processing is your friend with this, right? You're going to want to do multiples at one time. I got to a point where I was doing an episode each time, like 3 episodes a day, and I was just looking it up each time. You just feel you fall really far behind. Stitcher is for some reason not loading. All right, Amazon Podcast for people who are Amazon Prime subscribers. They also give you free premium, like unlimited podcasts for all of their like premium stuff. So that's cool. They just added that. Baby is Keke Palmer. Now this one I've been waiting for. And I know she got a what? Trailer, because Keke keep a job.
Dear diary, I'm tired. Last night I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning and my mind was running. I wasn't thinking about work.
I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm gonna have to test that a lot. I can't wait to watch this back to just learn more. Baby, it's Keke. Baby, it's Keke Palmer. I just want to go to the episode. Good moms. No, I don't want an episode. I want a show. See, this is what I'm saying. You can't even find it. Like I type in Baby, it's Keke. Nothing pops up on Spotify. It's annoying. And then it pulls up all these episodes where other people have been talking about. Maybe it's not on. Oh, it's an Amazon exclusive. Wow. Well, maybe we can listen to the drop. Okay, cool. I was about to say. All right.
New podcast, Baby, this is Keke Palmer on Amazon Music.
They're gonna play the trailer.
Keke has a lot of burning questions that keep her up at night. For instance, remember Tom from MySpace? Remember that guy with the smile and that little white t-shirt? What happened to him? She's putting friends, family, and some of the dopest experts in the hot seat to ask them the real questions that we all want to know. Like, is OnlyFans only bad? How has dating changed in the digital age? And where would former child stars be if they weren't actors? These are the questions running through Keke's mind, and she's letting us in on all of it because on Baby, this is Keke Palmer, no topic is off limits. So I'm about to play you a clip from the show, and while you're listening, make sure to follow the Amazon Music exclusive podcast, Baby, this is Keke Palmer, in the Amazon Music app. Download the app today.
Now, I'll be honest. Y'all didn't ask me this, but I will definitely, let this out. Right. So I dated someone, and I found out that someone that they dated was on OnlyFans. I wanted to see what mama was working with. That was my only time.
Oh, so you're emotionally self-cutting on OnlyFans. I was emotionally self-cutting.
I was like, how great is she? Like how hard do I have to work at this moment in time?
Okay, so
it's Keke Palmer's trailer, y'all.
I was checking out the ex on OnlyFans.
Okay, so now what was that? How did you think when you went to
She was very sexy. It was a bad decision.
Were you impressed?
I was impressed. It was a bad decision for me.
Did you learn anything?
I didn't learn anything. You know what? Because I didn't get the exclusive content. But I'm sure if I had did a little extra, I could have gotten the exclusive. But she was very adorable. It was a sad day. That's when you do too much.
Well,
too
let
much
that
digging.
be a lesson to you to not chase after the ex because they are an ex for a reason.
Exactly, Mom. And it wasn't because of her body. Okay. It must have been her mind because she was hot.
Which is even worse. Gotta be there.
I know. Okay, so I'll tell you guys what I like about OnlyFans is, so first of all, when I went to Amsterdam, obviously we all know this about Amsterdam, the red light district. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm using the proper term, if they say sex workers or what, anybody that does sexually explicit content or that's how they make their money. I always felt, dang, why can't why is that such a difficult thing in America? Why is it so unsafe and so hard for people to be? If this is the kind of content, people want this kind of content.
They really do.
Why can't we have a system that supports them to be able to do it safely? Yeah. So for me, I like it, because OnlyFans is like a very exclusive pimp. And I really feel like it's safe. I just feel like it's safe. So I love that. Because that's something I was always curious about. I ask a lot of questions about a lot of stuff. I'm like, hey, well, if it's okay here, why isn't okay there? So I like OnlyFans for being able to create a safe way for these type of content creators to be able to do their content and make their money directly, where they don't have to cut it too much with a middleman and all this other stuff. So that's what I love.
Well, like you were saying with Pornhub or any other porn site, I mean, that's the site that makes money, and especially with the more amateur or it
makes money. How does Pornhub make money? I don't pay them nothing. I don't pay them nothing. I look for free. I look for free.
I know that's right, Mom.
I know that's right, Mom. This is Keke Palmer and her mama on the podcast.
Let me right click on this. So this is a story she knows. This is not new. But this is when I first realized that my mom and I were alike, and that my mom is a regular woman just like the rest of us that likes a little porn every now and then. Sure. My little brother, he comes up to me, he's like, I went on Mom's computer and I accidentally pushed the history and it said big black cocks.
Oh my God, Keke.
Sharon, well done.
I like big butt.
So that's Keke Palmer's podcast. Y'all, I'm gonna be checking that one out this week. That's going to be on the show. While that was playing, I was doing a little bit of background work there. So Brown Enough is another podcast that I added to the list for the week. Now, this one's a little bit longer. And like I said, I will edit this. But that's just how I do it. So I do, I pick 3 podcasts. This technically will be my episode for Monday. And I just start the podcast with this. So I always have a teaser at the beginning. Hey, podcast fans, by the end of this episode, you'll have 3 new podcasts that you can add to your rotation. Make sure you subscribe to keep these podcast recommendations coming. But I do all of this in front of a green screen, and then I just cut it. I read the script, I do the thing, and then I just cut the episode, and I put these up on the screen, and that is how you get this final finished episode. So, yeah. That's how I prep and produce the podcast. I will make a separate video this week, specifically editing. So I'll go through audio and video and how I make it in every single, let me also show you the TikTok, because not only is it in this form, it's on TikTok in this form. Let me pause that. So you see this on YouTube, you see this on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. So I'm putting out 3 videos a day on all of those platforms based on the fact that I just record 3 different podcasts in a day, a 2-minute video, chopped it up, and then it just multiplies. And then don't forget it's in audio form. So I'm also getting the impressions from just people listening to my podcast. So I hope y'all got a little bit from this, and I hope you subscribe to my podcast and definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is below. Let me know what kind of other things that you want to see on the behind the scenes of the production kind of thing. I love to show people how I'm doing it because I'm so obsessed with the process. So I definitely want to hear from you, and I hope to see you on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, and I will tap in with y'all next week.